I'm going to do a beef stew. I've got a piece of steak here. We're going to trim and cut into small stew type pieces. We are going to dredge our cubed beef in flour so that we can brown it in a skillet. We have dredged some of the beef in flour here. We're going to put it in this oil. This pan is not hot enough. We're going to turn that up and stop that for a second. That pan should be hotter. Okay, we've got that pan hot now. You see how it sizzles? You want it to sizzle. All we're doing is browning this beef so that it can go in the stew. Now, while that's browning, there's still quite a bit more beef that we'll be browning. We have peeled some potatoes, and we're going to peel some carrots, and then we're going to dice those, as well as some mushrooms and onion. We're going to dice all of that up for our stew. You can see that beef is nicely browned. We're going to go ahead and transfer this over to our pot that we're going to use for the beef stew, and we're going to set another batch of beef to brown. We have some portobello mushrooms. We're going to slice these. They're going to go in the stew. And then these are peeled red potatoes. We have 6 smaller red potatoes. We have potatoes and carrots and mushrooms already diced here. We're going to dice a large onion to go in it as well. The pan that we browned the meat in, I'm actually going to put some beef broth in here and get all these bits off of the around the pan here. Okay, and again, we're just going to try to get all these bits off the edges and use this in the stew because it has a lot of flavor. Okay, as you can see, we got all the little bits that were in there. We're going to pour this into the stew meat, and we're going to add the vegetables. Okay, we've got all those vegetables in there. We're going to add the rest of this container of beef broth to the pot. We have it on a medium-high heat. We're going to bring this up to simmer, and we're going to add some spices. Okay, I've gotten out my garlic. I have a handful of garlic cloves in my trusty garlic press here. We're going to press these into the stew. I'm going to add about a cup of red wine. Red wine will really give it a distinct and rich flavor. Okay, we went with about 2/3 cup of red wine. We're going to pour this right in here, and then we're just going to let this simmer. We're going to put a top on it and just let it simmer for a while. Okay, we've got a top on there. We're going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down and let it simmer for at least about 30 minutes. As you can see, this has come to a boil. We're going to stir it and turn it down to simmer, and then just leave this top on it and let it sit here and simmer for about 20 minutes. Okay, as you can see, this stew is perfect. It tastes fabulous. It does need a little salt and pepper and some thyme. So we are going to add a little spices to this, and it's been simmering about 35 minutes. I think I had originally said 25, but we've got it down 35 minutes now. So we are going to just put some spice in, like I said, and this will be ready to serve. We will let it cook about 5 minutes just so these tastes can meld better together, and then we'll go ahead and serve it. Just sit a few more minutes just to kind of let those spices mix and blend in there. It's done. It's fabulous, and we are going to plate. There it is. We're ready to eat. Thanks. Enjoy.